Okay, let's go. Today I will just keep going there where we stopped 2 days ago. It was this placing function, which works properly right now, but not 100% perfect. We already see this, but we cannot place the items yet. And this is something what we're gonna start to do now. When we do a left click, that this item will actually be placed. And for that, we will write a new callable. Item preview follow mouse and create item preview. And then we will add a new function, which will be place item from active slot. So we'll just create a new variable, which will be current item slot resource. And this is player.active slot. And then we say current item scene is a node here. And here we say player.active slot dot scene. Let me check. We need scene data. And we say current item or like click position is a vector 2 get global mouse position dot snapped 32 by 32. Actually the same thing what we have here. This one. This one. Huh. I think I'll write a function for this one. Which I'll call get corrected mouse position, which we write at the very end. Get corrected mouse position. This will be a vector tool. And here we just say exactly the same things like we had here. And rather than this, we say return. And here we just say this one. And here we just need to correct slot data. Node 2D. Well.get global mouse position, or here we also say this one. And then we have this. What we need to do now is create the scene, give the scene the data, and then it should actually already work. So say new item scene. Now let's say dot instantiate. Dot position equals clicked position. We say current item scene dot object resource equals. Actually, this one is not just a node 2D, this is also a placeable object. So we have all this object slot data equals current item dot duplicate. And then we say world dot get node placed object group dot add child current item scene. And here we also need to say current nope, player dot active slot dot quantity minus equals 1, and then if player dot active slot dot quantity is smaller than 1, then we say player dot active slot dot equals 0. And then we need to have active slot has changed. And also we need to say that the toolbar is updated. Inventory data. Just need to emit changed. That it will be updated one time. Toolbar data dot emit changed. An active slot has changed. Global sickness dot emit. Okay, I'm thinking this we have to do in both cases. And this one we need to call in mouse left backslash so we check for is action released mouse left, we need action pressed. Backslash and another backslash. So we have active slot and active slot is placeable. Then we will call place item from active slot. It's actually just that. And we also need to delete the preview. This we can do right here. For child in world dot get node We'll go to the world scene and check how's the name of this. So we have item spawn group, temp placing, item parent. We also need a placing group. Just create, not sure if, wait. Global data. Right here, and here placed object group. Placed object group. Just create a new node 2D. This one. Rename it this way. Says as unique. Maybe it's important, maybe not. But here we will say child in temp placing item parent child dot q3. Okay, let's see if we did everything all right. Or if we need to do more settings. If we need to do more settings, then we will do the settings within the object and not within the placing function. Okay, let's see, delete, back to menu, new game, start. And let's take an apple tree. We have this preview. When we place it, we have this one. Toolbar data on base object of type character body player. What's up, bro? Hello, Kelso. Welcome. How are you doing? Player script. Why I don't see anything here? Okay, player. We have toolbar data. Okay, I write it a bit wrong. Me doing? I cannot stand my game, bro. Too hard. What is too hard? What are you struggling with right now? Start. Apple tree. Place. Okay, another. Iterate on object. Okay, right. Dot get children. My game is just by starting it. How about you? I think I'm doing well. I think this week make a bit more progress than the last weeks because I streamed like at least 3 times this week. But yeah, there's progress and the game has a much better performance. Okay, there's this error now. How old is the stream trailer? The Steam trailer is maybe a year old. I think I need to do a better one. Wow, you're doing great. Thank you. ChatGPT is hard on me. It's really good sometimes to get feedback from ChatGPT. But sometimes they are really bad in correct things, but sometimes they has good opinions about make a game better performance. But when you can solve a problem with your own way, it's still fine. But it's also helpful when you say ChatGPT that he should give you an answer which is the truth. Sometimes he try to like, say that you give you compliments like, oh, your code is perfect, but, and then tells you a bit things rather than the full truth. So just always tell him that he should be very honest and don't make his answer like that he should be directly. Then I think you got better feedback on that what you are doing. Okay, let's see what I have here. Yeah, it's true. ChatGPT is honest, but for me, he's a beast. Okay, yeah, that's also true. But you can tell him that, then he'll be less rude or less like a beast. Temp placing item, keep position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type null instance. Why it's trying to setting it when I return here when the active slot is null? Imagine that everything I make is just crashing my game. Oh wait, I shouldn't delete the children here. Everything I make is just crashing my game. Yeah, the problem is that when I'm not sure how you work, but sometimes when I program something in PHP or JavaScript, then I got help from ChatGPT. But when you just like take the whole response what he told you and like copy paste the code what he delivers to you, then probably it won't work properly and it will crash. Okay, we can plant trees now, which is great. They are just not growing, I think. Did they have process? Remote? World? And also we don't got like this one to null. Because I say larger than, I should say smaller than. That's why the other for loop doesn't work here. And also, item preview, follow mouse, create item previews. All right, okay, I already have this safety for loop to delete the children first before I create new ones. So it should work just by calling this change. But the thing what I just want to check before is if they are growing. So we just go to the remote, placed object group. We just click on one tree. And we see loot is empty. Great. Plant dictionary. Growing time 6 seconds. Spawning fruits 24 seconds. Harvesting times 1. Plant state. Okay. Where's current plant state? Current state is null, and null is growing. But this is way too long. Actually, it should be already grown a bit further. So there's something wrong with the growing function. So I will just move the tree, bush, the ground plant, growing function completely to the tree rather than have to calling it somewhere else in the code. Yeah, my entire game, my entire imagination, my entire plan, he just destroyed and make a new way, that his own way. I cannot fight because he's holding the code. I'm not sure how far is your progress, but may it will help to... First of all, I would always work with GitHub. It will give you a backup of every version of your game. When you push it in certain multiple times a week or a day. And when you feel like that it was destroying something, you can just go backwards a few steps of your game, like down dating that. the data from your game. And maybe try to tell him that that the things what you want to implement are things that they have to be there no matter what his opinion. Sometimes you have to tell directly what you want to the AI. All right. So when we start the game now, we should deleting the active slot, and we should also have a proper update of our item what we are holding in our mouse. So we just create an apple seed, place it. Okay, it's not deleting it. I mean, it's deleting it, but not properly from the toolbar. But the active slot is not a duplicate, so it's directly the data from the toolbar. And here we also say that toolbar data should be emit. Game looks so cool now, bro. Why no officially release yet? Because right now it's, I mean, maybe it looks like a game, but at the moment it's not a real game. You can probably play it in a way like you would play Minecraft without a story, without anything. Just run into a world and build whatever you want. That would probably work right now. But I think this type of game should have a little bit of a direction which you will give the player to play with. So this is a part which is still missing in this game, so that's why I don't release it yet. Make money now or later? Or yeah, let's see. Maybe it will took. Maybe it's more likely like later. I think there's still a lot of time need to spend on this day. I need to spend on this game. So I don't update the toolbar properly. So I think I need to emit it's I have to go to inventory data. Right here. Signal inventory updated. Itself. It's a bit weird that inventory updated sends the inventory data itself. Even this is the inventory data. And what is connected with inventory updated? There's a streamer who I really mind, but he just released this game anyway and make money out of it. He'd just be ashamed so because even one single asset and he never draw it. Can you tell me the game of it? I would be interested. And there's a streamer who I really, man, Mr. Farmboy. But he just released his game anyway and make money out of it. He just be ashamed so because even one single asset on he never draw it. He's ashamed because of what? Because of the release is not good or because of the assets he use? Mr. Farmboy. He never do drawing, man. Oh, okay. I know this asset. This asset is from itch.io. Has a charming concept, but right now it feels more like a demo than something. Downvote, downvote, showing 72 reviews. Very positive. Okay, 72 reviews. You can always 105 reviews, sorry. And when a game has 105 reviews, then you can multiply this number by around about 10, because when people download a game, most of them will not leave a review, just like 10%. So he sold this game 100 times, 1000 times, for, at least where I living, for like $4 or $5. And what you can do in this game? Is it a build your dream farm, grow crops, raise animals, attract villagers, and hire workers to automate everything? Okay, seems like a nice concept. But from the picture, I do not learn yet what he... Okay, it's like a farming simulator. It's like a strategy. No, no, it's like an idle. Like a clicker, not a clicker game, but you're building a farm and make it bigger and bigger and bigger, similar to like a Anno, just like for farms only. And similar like cookie clicker, where you just automate the amount of things what you get out of the farm. At least you make $4,000. Yeah, that's true. He never do drawing, huh? He never create a single one of it. Yeah, I mean, when he buy the asset, it's very fine to use assets from the asset store. When he have the rights to use them. Otherwise, the owner of the assets can sue them. But when he has, then it's great. Good job on this one then. And there are many people like that who wants to create a game, but don't want to drawing or cannot drawing assets, which is totally fine. And then use assets from someone else. I think it's a normal thing. There are people they like to drawing, but do not know how to coding, so they just do the drawing work and sell it online. The only downside for this one is that it will have several games with exactly the same sprites, which makes the game less unique in graphics, but still not a better game, just like less unique. Yeah, well, I mean, I want to create a game which is in like a full version. I mean, not a full version, but at least like a playable beta version of the game. And well, he made $15 on it for 6 months. $15,000 on it for 6 months. Okay, but if I would calculate the hours I already work on this game, it's around about 1,800 hours, maybe 2,000 hours. And if I would do even $20,000 on this game, it will be a point where I would probably spend 3,000 hours on it. Then I make like $7 per hour. So I think this game is not about to do money. Because every side hustle job would bring more money than $7 an hour. I only 2 deaths, one gross, and second Dani, who's missing for YouTube like from 2 years. Dani death? I ever hear about him. Was he not? Is it this guy who changed from Unity to Godot? Or I remember wrong. I'm really bad in knowing YouTubers and streamers who do also games. I need to call inventory updated because I want the toolbar will reload, and I want to call this function populate item grid. So I have to call toolbar data dot inventory updated dot emit and then toolbar data again, which is a bit weird. Maybe I should also rewrite this inventory system. I don't know if he switched so. I'm not sure if I remember right. I just know there was someone who was a very, very big and popular Unity developer, and he switched to Godot. I'm not sure if that was Dani. And people was very happy about that, at least from the Godot community. Inventory updated dot emit, and then we have to send global player dot. This is a horrible writing of this one, I think. But probably it will solve the problem that the item will be right displayed. Oh, yeah, well, new game, start. Apple. Place. Okay. Okay. We are placing the apple, but we probably not deleting the seeds from. Why we don't delete the seeds? Why the seeds? If player.active active slot dot quantity minus equals 1. We delete 1 from the amount. So when we go to world, then we go to player. Then we go to toolbar data, slot data, and the first one shouldn't be empty at our current state. If data is not, then return. No, here I don't want to return. I want that the others will still be emitted, the signals to update the toolbar, and also the active slot has changed. That the game knows that there's no active slot anymore. Or at least there's still one, but what do I have in active slot? Layer active slot is null. Just oh wait. And now? Active slot is apple seeds with a quantity of 0. Smaller than 1 should be 0 or minus 1. And then it should be set it to null. Except it's not possible to set it to null, but it should be possible to set it to null. We place an apple tree again. Nothing happens. Ah. Layer.active slot equals null. I just thought. Wait. We should be here. It could be that this one is called too fast and that's there I need a space in between for like a process frame space. So we have this one, place it. We say testing. And testing was calling. So we actually set it to null. Print. Load start. It says null. So when it says null here, then there's something wrong with this one. This one we will not change, and also here we will just change. Do you want all the code? Did you see the link? No, I don't see any link. Okay, let's say toolbar data. Links you can send to me in the private chat, like in Whisper. Toolbar data dot. Does this work? Current item is. Actually, it should be active slot. Just have to open Twitch. I didn't got any link yet. I'm not sure if you hear the working. The neighbor building, they are building something here. Okay, it's not working. Okay, let me think what I'm doing wrong. Player dot toolbar data dot slot datas current active slot int. Let me see. Search on GitHub. Okay, thank you. Godot inventories. Okay, actually I have a very similar one. I mean, I would like to use the inventory system I created in the tutorial I create. but this one was finished before. Long time. This was one of the first things I was implementing into this game. What game you making? Abandon. I'm doing a farming RPG. Pixel art farming RPG with machine automation functions you can do in this game. At the moment, I just programming a function where you can place, like where you can planting trees and bushes and so on. I ever had this function, but right now it's not working properly. That's why I have to rewrite the code for it. And I'm struggling right now with just deleting the seeds from the toolbar. I think this one doesn't make any change. It could be that player active slot is fine. Did we emit this one properly? I need to go to the toolbar. And I'll just go to populate and then I print it here. Toolbar will be updated. Yes, will be updated. Then I would like to print right here the toolbar player.toolbar data.slot datas. I want to know how it looks like before this and after. Because actually it should be updated properly. Looks nice, thank you very much. So when we place this apple seed, we have one item and later afterwards we still have one item. Does it decrease the quantity? What if I say I'll do the first slot anyway? So I just write this one dot quantity. And also here. No, first I was thinking just because I decrease it by 1, maybe in this moment. Okay, we even have minus numbers here, as you can see here. This shouldn't be possible. So current item should be actually null. And as I understand this one, this should be... Here we set it. It's player.toolbar data.slot data's current active slot int. And then we emit this signal. So this one is not a copy. So it should be like a mirror of this. Should be exactly the same. So when we print player.toolbar data 0, oh wait, let's say active slot int and print player.active slot should be exactly the same resource code. Let's see. Load start. Better type resource inventory data. It says property. Oh wait. Sorry. It has to be dot slot data. It's deeper inside this resource. Okay, there was a few problems with the YouTube stream before. I hope everything is fine right now. Thanks for following in YouTube. Thank you very much. And as we can see here, it's exactly the same resource. So when we update this resource, it should updating properly. So when we set it to null, it should be null. And when we do this one now, it should print us null 2 times. But it's just displaying it not properly. But the problem is within the emitting signal for updating the toolbar. Okay, no, it's just not setting it to null. It's still the same. Maybe this way? But I already tried it once. It was null for a moment. It was null at the first time here. And then it just switched to be something. Toolbar data dot slot datas current active slot int equals null. If this works, then it's a bit weird. Because it should be actually the same. Okay. Huh, and when I do just only this, is it still working? Yes, it's still working. But active slot is then still something. Okay. So I'll change quickly this here. Current item is this one, not active slot. Then we just switch current item with this one. And I hope it's still working, but we also need to call after this one change player active slot. This we need to call at least once because the active slot knows, okay, this toolbar place is empty. Otherwise, it could be possible that we are still able. Okay, this way it's not working. This way it's not working. At the moment when we just start this one, do I need to understand this? Or did we just live with that? Okay, it shouldn't. Change player active slot. I just need to print something because this should be null. After we placed it. You must first create an array of item. Actually, the items are stored in an array. This one is an array. Okay, the resource is still existing. I called this one too early. And also the quantity. It's working now. I think I have to wait. No, not here. Place item. Emit. Print item, place item from active slot. Quantity is -0. Okay, emit. But here we need to change player active slot. Let me see this. Delete. So that was the daily bot message in Twitch. Like you have item equals data and quantity equals 1. Yes, I actually have this, but I don't store these two data in the same array. I store the quantity directly in the resource. Trying to get a return value of a method that returns void. Okay. Just thought I could await a signal. Okay, active slot should be 0 right now. Where's player? Oh, active slot is 0. Okay, it's working. I see that. Why? But you can still use my thinking. Okay, it's working now. We can place objects in this property. The only thing is, like merging data and quantity. They are merged. Okay, I'll just buy different type of plants. This 3. Banner type node global signals. Does the game have rain in it? I love when games add rain and you hear the sound of rain in game. Yes, it has rain. I already created rain. That was a really fun task because there I had a very, very huge performance problems. Not sure if I can just activate the rain right now. I have wind here. Ready, we start with wind. It's as a star and we say rain. Oh, maybe it will still work. I didn't use it for a long, long time. But I didn't add sounds yet to the game. Okay, wind is not there anymore, but rain is also not here. Mm. Oh, I could imagine why. Rain? Did I have a rain scene? Yes, I have. I see the clouds. Yes, the clouds I always use. In every state, I just have the... What is this? Emitting? Why it's not emitting? Why it's not emitting? I don't see any rain here. There should be rain. What? Where's the rain? Um, did I miss something? Particle process material. Time, one shot. Ah, okay. The amount ratio. Dread Devil, thanks. Um, I thought the same. Um, did I weather changed? Start rain is here. Amount ratio 1 to 2. For child and get node rain. Child is GPU particles. New rain tween equals create tween. New rain tween property child amount ratio. Within 2 seconds it should be set to 1. Let me try it again. I could imagine why. This one and this one should be probably here. I think the position is wrong. Yes, the position was wrong. Here was it hard to find the balance between not too less rain and also not as much rain like in the alpha version of Minecraft, where the rain was so annoying that you can't see anything. And also I have to do all this without transparency, because the moment when I put the transparent pixels on rain, it looks great, but it makes the game laggy, because I found out for every raindrop you see on this map at the moment, it has to calculate the pixels new every time when you have transparency in it. This costs a lot of power of the PC, so that's why I have to get rid of the transparency, but I have to make it still looks not too saturated, like that the whole screen is full of rain. And this was the solution I got. And I actually like it. But I just found out that it's not starting the rain properly at the beginning. So I'll just say start wind. Start with T. And then I have to go check it later. What is happening with the rain? Because I cannot play with the rain all the time. Okay, the wind is still there. The wind is working properly. Create item preview. Oh wait, it should just try to create the item preview when the item is placeable. If not, player.active slot and oh wait, or player.active slot dot is placeable. Placeable, not. Then it should also not try to drop this item. So when I start buying this X and I just cut this tree, it's working, but it just also, wait. What was that? Oh. Okay, I just have to go to the world. And I have to change the object spawning. What is the old world? We have to go to the new world. There's no new world. This one is a new world. We have to go to floor object timer players. And we have to go to this one, tree sprite sheet. I think I forgot to put collision shapes on these trees here, on the alternative tiles. So we have to go to tile set and select, no, wait, select first, physics layer. We have this one. The best thing would be if I could copy it. Paint, physics layer. Well, I just need to, this one is also wrong. So let's do it properly. Want to expand it. Can I zoom in? Yes. Okay. We have this here, where we do it this way. Here. Here. Here, here. Like, I want to have it symmetrical, even if it's not matching perfectly with the sprite. Just want that it feels normal for the player. So we have at least the birches now. Now we do the next one. This one is still off. Maybe here we'll do it. Bugs found. Where? Bugs everywhere. That's nice, right? The most time is spending time with fixing bugs. will the player... No, I think this is fine. So we do it here, 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 and then the maples. A maple tree. This one, this one. I think I go for this one. It's way more than the size, but maple trees are also very low in the height. So we have here everywhere. Up here. This one, and this one. So everyone has a collision shape now, and now this bug shouldn't be there anymore. So load, start. No bug anymore. We cannot just walk through trees just because they are half transparent. Okay, this is fixed. Then we don't have an X, which is displaying, but the first thing what we want to do is now we go to the tree scene and we rewrite the code, the plants code, that we want to start the planting whenever we place it to the world. But we cannot do it in ready, because in ready will be also be called when we're loading a new an old game state, and when the tree has already progressed. And we don't want that when just because the player was saving the game before and loading the game again, that all the trees he was planting before will start from new. That's why we will start it only new when the tree got planted for the first time. So let's see what we need to do. We go to the ready function, get node sprite to d.texture equals object slot data dot world sprite. If plant dictionary is empty, create plant dictionary and then connect signals. So what is create plant dictionary? This function will copy the data from the current fruit to the plant dictionary. Okay. And when we do the process, like the growing process, we use which set data if current state equals plant state growing. Then we do use the plant dictionary. Okay, this is fine. So that means only when this one is empty, and this is the only case where we need to start the growing process. Actually, we need to call start data, set data, or just like start. Or we need to call start. Yeah, well, just when this one is empty. Otherwise, wait, we have to call it every time when it's ready. Start, don't set the data as new. So actually, we just need to say start right here, or we start the game and we're planting trees or other type of plants. It should start properly. So let's see. So we have trees, we have asparagus. And it's growing properly. Let's try another one. Avocado, banana. Okay, even the Y sorting is not perfect yet. And I cannot click them yet. It's fine. And it works as it should. So the other thing what we need to do is we have to go to the world scene again. We go to placed object group and we just say ordering Y sort enabled, and then the trees should be at the right place also, not just randomly behind other nodes. So when we start it, apple seed, place it right here. Okay, maybe I have to do the Z index 1. Ordering Z index 1, Y sort enabled. I think I work on level 1. Load start. Apple. Place. So what is if I have multiple ones? We can planting them. They are at the proper place. The only thing what I do not, I mean, we cannot harvesting them yet, which is fine because this function is not existing right now. The only thing what is still bothering me a bit is the positioning of the floor. It feels like it's off when I compare it with, for example, blackberry seeds. So you can see here, this it feels like it's not matching the grid. Okay, that's it for this function. We also can place at the moment trees and everything at tiles which already had an object. But we just don't want it. So before we can placing objects, we want to check if on this area is already an object like a tree or like grass or mushrooms. And even just when this is true, we want that the player is able to planting the tree. So we go to global data again. We have a get corrected mouse position, which is fine, and a place item from active slot. Here is already the click done. But before we'll do all these calculations and setting all these variables, we just want to do if position has space. If not, then we will return. So what we're gonna do is we'll set this clicked position right here, and we send it over to this function. Now we delete this place, and we write the code for this position has space, which will be a bool. And here we just say return false. And we say click position has to be a vector to clicked position. So let's go. Now we need to check if on this place is already another object. The easiest way is Hmm. Um, I need also this one. I need the slot data, and then we send also the current item through. And here we have as slot data, because my idea is it to check the clicked position, but we'll draw a rect around it to check if one of the one of these tiles where we just clicked has there's already an object in this tile map. But I think it won't work with other trees. Right now we could also place other trees within this area. Huh. What is happening? Why it's just randomly start to grow? Or because we use a real tree, not just a sprite. Um, um, how we'll handle this? I mean, the only way to handle this is we go to place plans rather than just call start here. Is to call start in global data, but actually I want to call it here. So what we gonna do is we say if not, get parent equals global data dot world dot get node temp placing item parent. This should make this should work. Start. Now we cannot placing anything right now because we just returned false. But we just want to return false whenever there's some other object within this area. The only way to do that is to iterate over the tilemap used cells. And also, when we have an yes, oh, but this won't work properly for 16 by 16 tiles. So how I could do it? When we have plants which has a size of 16 by 16 or 32 by 16, that if I need a function which will also works that when I have one object here and the other I want to place directly beside it. So that I don't check just for the 32 by 32 grid. I have to check for a 16 by 16 grid. Um, okay, so how I'll do it properly, that we can place objects even beside each other, small objects, but big objects we cannot. The thing at the moment is that I need to somehow scan the whole map, which okay. Decoration village cables. And also here this I have to delete. Floor. Alright, save it. I need to somehow have a way to scan the areas which are free and which are not. But I need to have a proper way to do so. That it will not always calculate too much. I need to have an array which stores every place on a 16 by 16 grid. and I will delete every place which has a house in it or anything. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll try to implement something like this. So let's do it by, first of all, in global data. Oh wait, where do I store this data? Probably in the player data. On the world scene. No, this doesn't make sense. I need some place which I always store all the time, so it's probably the player data. Do I have the player data somewhere in global data? Global data, right here. At the very beginning. In its Steam, connect signals. Player. Save game. Load game. So we load the game right here. Where do I call load game? I call it in a load panel. Okay, but then in global data, we could just simply say current player game stat. What is that? Do I use it somewhere? Oh, I already game stat name. Current player game stat name. What do I do with that? Resource loader. Add player to game. Okay, player data is loaded here. So I just say player data equals player data. So and global data. I'll store maybe at the very beginning. Export variable player data as player data. And then we go to the player data script and write here. With all of this, I don't need anymore. Hello, Ahmed. Welcome. How are you doing? Right here, I would like to have. How much experience do you have? 2 years. If you asking about the time I'm using Godot already, but it's like 2 years experience. Export variable. I'm fine. That's great. Used cells as a packed vector to array. This one, I'm starting Godot. Nice. What kind of game do you want to create? I need to go to global data right here. Here I need update used cells. Used cells. Cells used whatever. Undertale type of game. Undertale. Thank you for following. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. I just need to watching Undertale type of game. Okay. Okay, I got it. So it's kind of an RPG. But it's really bad that I never played that much different games. How long have you been programming in general? 2 years. This is the first time I'm programming something, so... Are you making an RPG? Yes, I do. And programming games is the first thing what I'm programming. So I don't have any programming background. So here I want to update the used cells all the time. So we have a function which is update used cells. Is this a survival game? It's more like a farming RPG. We have player data. Data.used cells. Wait, we need a function which is update used cells, and we need a function which is load used cells. At the very beginning, we'll just put every cell from here to this underground. All right, and yeah, from here to here, let's just put this one here. This one, I want to know which one is that. So we have probably the position, the grid right here. $6,816 and 5,760. But I need these numbers divided by 32. $6,816 divided by 32 is 213 in the x-axis. And we have 5,760. 180 in the y-axis. So first of all, for vector, for position in, okay, for X position in range. What do you use to design? I'm using a sprite. Wishlisted the game on Steam. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And for vector art, I use Adobe Illustrator. But there are also very much good free vector art programs outside. I just have it for work, so I use it. For X position in a range 0 to 213. For Y position in range 0 to 180. And then we say player data dot used cells. Actually, I shouldn't use it used. I shouldn't name it used cells. I should call it. Wait, what is easier? To store the used cells or to store the free cells? I think it's better for performance to store the already used cells. Yes, and not the free cells. So this is irrelevant. It's not relevant. So I need to load. First thing I need to add. Wait. I remember that in the code, I already have an area where I'm calculating all the places where I can place something. So when I have an item which I can place, for example, the apple tree, I can have all these areas where it's grass, for example, or sand, I think. Or just grass at the moment. Let's go to the beach. B. Okay, right now I can place it just here. Some random. Ah, okay, yes, I cannot place it anywhere. But I'm able just to place it at these areas. I just need to recheck if this area is within the used cells of the object or if one of the objects I placed has this area. Ah. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, let me think. Load used cells. Player data dot used cells dot append array, and then we need to say world dot get node floor. Okay, we need Placing objects timer player? Floor, tile, maps, layers, slash this one, dot get used cells. And then I need... But the problem is here I have just one cell for each object. But I want that, for example, a tree, I mean that everyone has like 4. So for each used cell, I need, for example, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, no, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So that I have like 4 tiles for each area. So that I divide it by 16. Not by 32 like the tiles. For position in layer. Wait, for position in this one. We have to say layer data used cells. Append. Multiplier. Position multiplier. Equals. Array. Equals. 0, 0, 0. Wait. Vector 2. 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, and 1, 1. So we have 4 areas. Each of this object needs 4 areas. So we have player data dot used cells dot append for position multiplier in append position multiplied by position multiplier. Then we have array. Let's check. Go to ready. Here we start the game. Then we got an error because we have to write this one in world. In right here. Error again. Non-existing function gets node. In base nil. Oh well, here we need to delete it for sure. Start. Get used cells in base null instance on a null instance. Okay, I write something wrong. Okay, yes, I wrote an S too much. Load start. Vector 2i and vector 2 in operator multiply. Here we go. Oh wait, the multiplier is not working like I want. It's actually not a multiplier, it's an addition. World position equals position multiplied by 32. And here we have to say plus nothing. Here we need to plus 16. Here we need to plus 16 at this point. And here we have to add 16 and 16 at this point. And also not just add the position. Multiply by 32. There, okay, this is fine. Position applicator. Okay, let's see. This one should be that what we want. He used cells on a base object of type nil. Player data is not existing. Load panel. Wait, we do it in world. Oh, yes, we do it in world. But we do this earlier than this one. We do it too early. Load game start. Oh, wait. New game. Okay, it was working. So when we go to remote global data, and we have player data right here, we should have an array with placed objects array is empty. Great. Why it's empty? Why this one is empty? Player data.use cells append. I'd like to see if it's really empty or if it's just error from just like a visual error. Okay, here it's something. Here it's adding all this position. But when I start the game, this array is empty. Oh, placed objects array. But use cells is also empty. Never mind. What if I store this data somewhere here? And we'll append this one. So let's see. Remote global data. So here should be used cells. Size is 45,492. Is that too big? Uh, uh, okay. I just figured out that the set. I just thought it has sets. Um, um, okay, I just find out it has the set class, which is a bit faster than an array. So I go back to global data. Wait, is it really? Just a moment. Classes. Where do I find class reference? Um, all classes. Tile set. Ah, wait, where can I find it? I'm just searching it. Built-in types. String name, node pass, vector. Okay, this is clause AABB. Basis color object array. Static variables. Casting constants, enums, functions. Lambda. Static functions. Um, I feel like something is very wrong here. There's no set. Hmm. Okay, set is not existing yet in Godot. Hi, it's been a long time. Hello, random guy on the net. Welcome. Sorry, I just was very into find out sets. Just saw that sets should exist, but not existing really in Godot yet. So the only way right now is to iterate over an array which has a very huge size, which I think is not the best way to just get the used cells at the moment. We'll be right back in a moment. Okay, right back. Packed. Vector to array. I mean, it has 45,000 entries. Uh, okay, maybe I'll use it as dictionary. Now I want to testing it. Update used cells, this later, but right now I want to testing this, so used cells. So I just want to check. If clicked position. So how I get the full size of the item. Okay, how I get the full... I need all four positions if the tree is size of 4. Vector to packed vector to array equals clicked position. Then I just want to check what I got from click position. $2,656, 4,000. Okay, seems like okay, it's the right right place. I like the time. Oh, you mean like the day-night cycle? Okay, so we have this one. So we just say positions. Because how did you do it? The day-night cycle actually works in my game like that when the day starts, it starts with an overlay of like a white color. And when it starts to be evening, it has an overlay of like an orange tone. Orange-purple tone. And when it starts to be night, I have an overlay of like a bluish dark blue tone. And in the morning, the back orange tone, and then no overlay. The like original natural colors. Okay, so let's say we have the positions. Positions. 24-hour circle. The time. This is just a number which just grows all the time, and I just display a part of it in every part of the clock. So this one is just a number which goes 1 second up every second. And when it starts to be 24, just reset. So there's like 3,600, I think. So when the timer starts to be 3,600, then it just resets to 0. And the 19 is just displaying the time of how many, the amount of 60, which can be in the current amount of seconds the day is running. And the last one is just showing the rest. So I just like next one will be changed to 20 and so on. Equals current item dot object size equals we have 32 by 16 and this one. And here we say and vector to 16, 16. So this one is vector to 0, 0 and vector to 0, no, 16, 0. And here it's just 16, 16. So it's just vector to 0, 0. So the thing what we need to do is for current for possible for position in possible multiplier dot get current item size if position if used cells dot has position, then we'll say return false. Otherwise, we'll return true. So let's see. Maybe it's that simple. Wait, used cells is a dictionary right now, so I have to write it a bit differently. Oh, maybe it's fine. I think has is also working for dictionaries. Okay, it's working perfectly fine. Not. Also, we can place objects, even we shouldn't do it. Shouldn't be able to, but we still need to check. What do we do when we press B? This one we need to check. And also, somehow, it's always true. Oh, we have only the multiplier at the moment. Calculated position equals position multiplied by position, but not multiplied. Add positions adder array a dictionary. Click position not declared in the current scope. Position. Okay, let's see. Worked perfect. I think I do something wrong with the calculations. This button is not working anymore. Oh. Start. Actually, it should work. Remote used cells. Okay, this seems to be wrong. The used cells thing is wrong right now. Load used cells position. On this one. Okay, now it should work. Yeah, works great. $2,688. Can I find in the dictionary? That would be great. If used cells dot has. If it has, then it should return false. This one, it's right. What do I do wrong here? I need to figure out why. And I feel like I did it right here. $45,492. That are a lot of positions. Multiplied by 32. And position applicator array. This seems to be fine. Is that a vector too? Wait, was it a vector too, or was it just like two numbers? Like a range. Okay, now it's not working everywhere, which is also great. It should work. Used cells, vector 2, world position plus position applicator equals false. Zero, 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 16, 16, 0, 16, 16. Then it's 0, 0, 16, 0, and 16, and 0, 0. For adder position, in positions adder dictionary, current item size, variable calculated position equals clicked position plus adder position. Okay. Print calculate position. So in this case, we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Why here I have 2 times the same number? We have 0, 16, 16, 0, 16, 16. $2,720, 4,160. This is 0, 0. Checks just for one position. Okay, because... Wait. So this position is already in use. One of that positions. Zero, zero, 16, 0, 0, 16, and 16, 16. This is fine. Need to try something. Even doesn't make sense. Okay, now I need to do something. I want to debug it by clicking the left mouse button. For I in create like picture rect, color rect equals vector 2 pixels, 2 pixels, and add child color rect dot position equals I world dot add child so let's see what will happen. Should have a lot of texture rects. I hope the game will not crash. Okay, everywhere is a dot now. Okay, I feel like I just checked the wrong array. The wrong map. Okay, the used cells got the distance 16 is fine. But I know what to do now. It's objects tile map layer, not placing objects tile map layer. It's a bit confusion. But I think this is the mistake. Thanks for following in YouTube. Thank you very much. I just have to reopen Godot. Just a second. World place item from active slot. The problem was the load function. Load used cells. This is the wrong layer. We have to do it in object. Tile map. This way. Start. And now it should work. As you can see here, everywhere where's the white dot is the area which is actually used. Correct. So when we start the game now and we want to place objects, we are able to place them there where are no trees and no mushrooms. It's not possible. Okay, it's still possible. Huh? Huh? If not, then return. Funny Slam, welcome. Hello, fellow teamy. Welcome. It is not working anymore. Wait. Did it change the color of your shirt? It did. Great. Why before it was working and when I instantiate them? When I instantiate the squares, then it's working, but if not, then not. That's a bit weird here. This doesn't make sense. What is the left of your keyboard? Is that a little plushie of your character? It's a 3D printed version of my character. That's really cool. I really like it. Okay. Why? I need to copy this and mouse left. Expected statement found indent. Huh? Oh. And it goes to my wish list. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Are you also a game dev? Oh yeah, we are both part of the indie game dev stream team. Oh, nice. So you're also on the team. What's your game about? Do you also have a Steam page? I feel like it's working the wrong way around. No Steam page yet, yeah. Oh, okay. What kind of game? Twitch integrated Hangout chatroom game. Streamer designs a space chatters can join and interact in game. Trying to make an extension for it, but right now it's just through chat commands. Oh, similar to this one. Uh, this is my stream overlay for this year. Nice. Oh wait, I think I could. No, still there. Hello, nice, nicht. Mine's not an overlay saw, it's the main focal point. I like your saw. Mine's not an overlay. Okay, if it's not an overlay, where it will be displayed on the Twitch page. For how long have you been doing game dev? I'm doing game dev now for like almost 2 years. The streamer will just be playing it actively and streaming the entire game. Okay, and the people can joining by chatting, right? Oh, okay, I got it now. It's not an overlay, it's an actual game, just combined with the Twitch API to get the chat inputs to join the game. The streamer is streaming. So the game is that what you are creating. Nice. I feel like it's working the wrong way around. So I returned something wrong. But the weird thing is, it's just working sometimes the wrong way around. And when it's just sometimes, then there's something very bad in the code. I would like if it just works or not works, but not just sometimes. So when I place an object, I do this, then we have all the places. Every place which has a white dot are places where we cannot place an object. Which seems to be calculated. Actually, this is the right upper corner. It should be somewhere here. Here's the slot. How Xnect? Is that the way how to say your name? Thank you very much for following. Yeah. Xnect. Thank you very much. Okay, so the dots are right, but when I try to place an object right here, it's also working. Even all the dots which I have here, when they are inside, then it should return false. Or I calculate the position wrong. I need something to print. Oh no, not print. Variable new rect equals rect to, no, not rect, new color rect equals color rect new. I just want to new color rect dot color equals color dot whatever aquamarine, a new color rect dot position equals clicked position. I want to know where it will appear at the world dot add child new color rect. So where it will be, because I feel like the calculation, the positions are off of that what I already saved to be places where we cannot place something. Good that I take aquamarine and the color dot red. I need something which is not almost the same color like white. I don't see click position. Oh, because I didn't set the size, never mind. To let's say 5 pixel, 5 pixel. So let's see if we are at the right spot. And that's why it's not working. Because now this tree is here. Not here. So what we need to do is... Wait, let's do it new. So the 0, 0 position is 32 pixels in both to the minus. So minus 32, minus 32. Then we have minus 16, minus 16. Minus 32, minus 16. Which is the upper... the lower left. Then we have minus 16 and minus 32. And minus 16, minus 16. Here we have minus 32. Here we have minus 32. And minus 16, minus 32. And here we have minus 32, minus 32. And now it should work properly. Thanks for following on YouTube. Thank you very much. This is working. This is not working. This is not working. This is not working. This is working. Great. We fixed it. Now we cannot place objects at the place where we already have objects, but we also need to add the current trees and everything what we place to the world also in the update. So we go to left click. This one we'll delete. And now whenever we're placing an object, it's successful in here. When we did it successfully, we will also update used cells. But I think I will do it with a signal, because I think then it's easier to manage. So we go to our signals. Update used cells. And we want the position. The positions. Act positions as a packed vector to array. And here global signals dot emit, and then we want this positions add a dictionary, not here. We want to put it here. And here we just say this one dot get. We say dot object slot data dot object size. And when we did this right, oh wait, we didn't connect it yet. So we just need to say global signals dot connect with update used cells, and this function we also need to write. Here we got position object positions as a packed vector 2 array. Oh, here we just need to say wait, we want to also send through if we add them or delete them. So we just say operator bool as a bool. We say pass first, operator bool. We just go down here, and when we emit this signal, we just also want to emit true, because we want to add it. And to the signal, we just say operator bool as a bool, which is true when we don't set anything, or we can't. So you say operator bool. Now here we just put a description that we know in a few months still what we want to do here. Positions are the positions in 16 by in a 16 by 16 grid the object is using, and the object is using, and operator bool it's true will add the positions to the used cell. Data.used cells dictionary. Otherwise, operator bool equals false will delete the positions from the global data used cells dictionary. Okay, I think this is enough. So when we go to used cells, update used cells. So we say if operator bool is true, then we say used cells dot add what is get or add? Gets a value and ensures the key is set. If this key exists in the dictionary, it just behaves like get. Otherwise, the default value is inserted into the dictionary and returned. Otherwise, the default value. Okay. For objects positions dot for object position in else object position erase I need a key. Okay, great. So let's see. Load start. Okay, we can place a tree here. And we can place another tree here. And another one, great. Works fine. Will they be added? Let's see. -32, great. Okay, I sent something wrong through. Where do I emit the signal? Right here. Calculate. Calc calculate object, or let's say get object positions. This one will give us a packed vector to array, and we just say for current position as vector2, and also position multiplier or adder. For position adder in, we will say new array packed vector to array, new array dot append current position adder, and then return new array. This way. So let's see. Error calling update use set callable. Cannot convert argument 1 from callable to packed vector to array. Oh. And then we need to say size. Okay, let's see. It's working. Okay, it's working great. It's working better than I thought, but the only problem, not the only problem, but one of the problems what we still have is that we can doing this. So what we need to do now is Item preview, follow mouse, place item from active slot. So not just this, we also need to check if if now we shouldn't be able to place it just somewhere random. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, it feel like if it has, then it should just not return. But I feel like I'm landing here all the time. Oh, wait. Attempted to use has a variable of type vector 2 in the typed array of the type vector 2I. Okay. Vector 2I. Okay. Why it's returning? Building grid. I need to check it. Any tips for finding time to do game dev while having a full-time job? Actually, in my case, I replaced the time I was using for playing video games with doing game dev, as this is the same fun for me. So if it's something what you really enjoy, you should see it more likely like a hobby than like work. And something what is a hobby, I think you can always find time for it as you enjoy to do it. Thanks. You're welcome. Metai? Metai. Get used to... okay. I know where the problem. I have to divide it by 32. Because the used cells from this tile set is always a number which is divided by 32 as the size of the tile itself is implemented. So when I place an object by 2, wait. Key active slash based on object of type node closing invalid access to property or key active slot changed. Huh? Okay, then this way around. Load start. Okay, we can place objects now. So let's go to the water. There we shouldn't be able to place the objects on the water. Nope, we cannot. But here. Okay, this is working properly, but there's another thing. Is that when we chop down a tree, the tree is not there anymore, but the positions are still in this array. Okay, this was weird. I need to fix also some errors which appear when I item preview follow mouse. Place item from active slot. I think this one got called. And that shouldn't be, because here player.active slot dot is placeable. Not. Okay, it's also working now. The next thing what we're gonna do is when we chop down trees, for example, or when we harvesting placed objects, then we also need to erase this placed objects from the used cells. I'll be right back in a second. Right back. Right now I just want to add this function with decreasing just for the trees which we chop down. So we need to emit this signal at the moment we chop down the tree. And this should be when we say space key X current state player movement idle object tree return object timer set cell at this moment emit we need to set object current object position and say false, but the problem is current object position is just a position at the moment. just one position. But the tree has like 4 positions. I could hard code it in this case, but I would like to not to do that. But a tile has a size which is 32 by 32. Okay, wait. In update used cells, what we want to have there? We have the object positions and the operator bool. Get object position, grid positions. Where I press space. Here. Here we need to do this one. And position this one. And position adder. Positions adder dictionary dot get vector to 32 32 and false, and then it should work. Start. Okay, let's try to add a tree here. It's not working. Okay. Positions adder dictionary. Let me share. Ah, because it is minus. This is not working. Here we have more likely this. 0 16 16 0 16 16. This way it should work. We got a tree and an X. Yeah. Cannot place it. Okay, let's do the same thing. We'll copy this. object positions. Variable object positions. This one, and then we say we call a for loop. For position in object position. Variable new colorrect. Colorrect dot new colorrect dot position equals position. At new colorrect dot size equals vector 2 4 world dot add child new colorrect. This way. Okay, I feel like the positions are wrong. Oh, maybe because we didn't multiply it by 32. Okay, that was the problem. Okay, that was the problem. Okay, so we have this now. When we chop down trees, that we also have this be deleted from the used cell function. So we can place objects now at places which are empty, and also they'll be added to the used cell array, and also they'll be deleted from the used cell array when they are also leaving the map. Yeah. The next thing is to make objects harvestable. Why the trees are not harvestable? Trees. Get clicked. We need to check. What is global data object check? So when we have a tree, for example, we place it. Cannot click it anywhere. So this get clicked harvesting plant. Oh, this is this area only. $25. Okay, here. Load start. Cannot click it. Current state is 2. It's fully grown. So it has to be something else in this if statement. Global data object check. What is object check? It's not even existing anywhere. I think I already deleted. Cannot click it. I just want to know if it's because of the check inventory. There's something what is laying on top. Which takes all the inputs. Visible collision shapes. Trees. Do we have inputs allowed? Pickable, yes. So if it's pickable, it should be also clickable. Ah. Get clicked. Will never be called. Okay, but I think that is a problem of my future me to find this out. What is wrong with this with this function? Say thanks to everyone who was watching. Thank you very much. If you want to support me, you can do it by wishlisting my game on Steam. Here's the link. This will help me a lot, and you can also follow me on YouTube and Twitch. This will also help me. Thanks to everyone who was watching. Have a great day, night, evening, or whatever time it is where you are right now, and hopefully see you again. Have a great weekend.